Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I just want to know something. Do exclusives still matter? Well, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started with this. So, PlayStation fanboys, the loudest, the most ignorant bunch of gamers on the freaking planet. Tell me, do exclusives still matter? Because technically you ain't got none anymore. They're all going to the PC, so I want to know. How are you going to move the goalposts on this one? Are you going to get on rollerblades? Are you going to drag it with a truck? Like, how are you going to move the goalposts on this one? Like, I really want to know if that's even going to be possible. I mean, like, man, you heard Insomniac say it. This is never going to go to PC or Xbox, but here it is, man. It's coming to PC. Spider-Man's coming to PC. And I'm not doing this to make fun of you like you guys would be if this was an Xbox thing. No, I seriously want to know where we go from here. Do we stop with all the fighting and bickering with the console wars because it's nonsense? Or do we just let everybody play what they want to play and stop this ridiculous little fanboy war stuff that you guys have got going on? I like the way the Xbox is doing things. PlayStation, you know, the Xbox did this last generation. This is PlayStation's generation. So, I mean, all the pain and suffering and all of that stuff's probably going to be coming from you guys. All your whining and bickering and fighting, you know, until you guys, you know, finally accept this. You know, you'll go through the 5 stages of grief. I mean, I thought with the slow rollout of, like, older games, you guys would be starting to get the point, but I don't think that you guys 100% have, because you still insist on bickering about this exclusive stuff. All right, so look at it from this point of view. I've been playing PlayStation for over 27 years, like since the first PlayStation 1. Like I've been through the thing, I've seen it. PlayStation has delivered some of the most memorable experiences I've ever had in gaming. I mean, my number one favorite game, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, I played that on the original PlayStation 1 when it came out. So I understand the need for exclusives, but seeing in this new modern world of gaming and the rate at which these companies can now deliver experiences through cloud gaming and stuff like that, I just don't know if the exclusive argument is gonna continue to hold up much longer. We've already been told that we're not getting that the PlayStation 4 is going to be supported well into 2025, and we just saw the state of play. They just announced a pretty decent amount of those games are coming to PlayStation 4 as well. Now, Resident Evil, I mean, most of the stuff they showed was third-party multi-plat. I mean, you'll get the Final Fantasy 16. It will probably remain PlayStation 5, but I think the reason why they're taking longer to develop that is because they also want to support the PlayStation 4. Mark my words, man. Mark my words. That game is probably coming to PlayStation 4 as well. So that's another game that we've still yet to really see what the PlayStation 5 is going to do. Now, the patch that came out just the other day for Horizon Forbidden West did 100% fix that experience for me. I've seen a lot of people in the comments, section, you know, a lot of PlayStation fans that are PlayStation fans. They're not fanboys. That are genuinely excited about it, as am I. Like I am. I'm excited that my money was not wasted on that game. I do have a new sense of urgency to play that again with New Game Plus, which is pretty cool. This time I'll probably take my time a little bit. I won't just sit down, you know, through a whole sitting and just get through it. I will just start from the beginning and play through it again and experience that at a much slower pace this time, much slower. I sat right through that game when it first came out. It probably took me a couple hours just to figure out what version of the game I was going to play. If I was going to play the PlayStation 4 version on my PS5, if I was just going to play the 30 frames a second mode, or if I was going to try to get through that horrendous performance mode. I ultimately settled on the 4K mode, and while my experience wasn't great, it was manageable. It was doable. I got through that. I was able to get through that game and still be able to rate that, pretty decently high. But the main question is, do exclusives still matter in 2022? Do they still matter? Or is it time to fully embrace letting other people finally be able to play those games? And because I mean, this is the way it all works out. All of these PlayStation games will in fact be going to PC by the end of this generation. They will have day and date launches with PS5 and PC. There's nothing you can do to change that. There's nothing. There's no way to stop it. There's no way to slow it down. There's no way to bargain or make it any better. Like, your exclusives are 100% going to be launching on the PlayStation and the PS5. Like that, there's nothing you can do about that. I would almost assume that both manufacturers, Xbox and PlayStation, will potentially keep this generation a little bit longer, seeing as the support for PlayStation 4 and possibly Xbox One will continue forward. Now, with Xbox, they do have the opportunity and the ability to deliver a next-gen experience through cloud gaming for last-gen consoles. I really hope that they embrace that fully and not hold game design back just to put those games on that inferior Xbox One, because let's face it, Xbox One, there's a lot of limitations to that console. I could see them possibly supporting the Pro models from last generation. I think that those would be okay. I think that if PlayStation is going to continue to make games for PlayStation 4, they probably should just start selling the PS4 Pro again with an SSD, so that it can at least somewhat benefit from what the newer games are going to do. So that's kind of my thoughts on this right now. I want to know. I want to know in the comments section, do you guys really think that exclusives still matter to the point where you're going to continue this ridiculous console war, always throwing your movie games in the Xbox guys' faces? Because technically, I think the Xbox is going to completely change how things are done this generation. They already are. I mean, they've already brought PlayStation into the subscription service, kicking and screaming, and delivering games day one, whether they're PlayStation first-party bangers day one. I mean, they are dropping Stray right into the new PlayStation Plus. So I knew it was going to happen. I already told you it was going to happen. They will use their bangers, or whatever you call them, their bangers. After they've made as much money as they can off them, I guarantee those games will be dropping into the service to try to drive subscriptions. Because, let's face it, subscriptions for both of these companies would potentially lead to a lot of benefits, a lot of money for them to continue their virtuous cycle, and not have to really... I personally do not believe that they would have to lower the quality of their games if they were to let somebody rent that game for $18, $15 for a month. I don't see that as being something that they would lose money on. In fact, I think that both consoles would greatly benefit from go ahead and putting all of their bangers right onto the service, and charging that monthly service fee. Because I'll tell you what, I would be ecstatic if PlayStation first party games were coming straight to their service. I would definitely sign up for that and never quit my subscription for sure, because I think that would be great. I see that as the future of gaming. Now we just need to make sure that the quality stays. The quality of both consoles continue to output games that not only are going to keep you engaged longer than one and done experiences, but also be able to deliver next gen a next gen experience that's worthy of being able to see what these consoles are going to do in the future. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I know this went on a little bit. We got a little bit off subject, but man, I'm interested to see the future, like how these PlayStation fanboys really take this and really let's see if it changes them. Let's see if this humbles them, even just a little bit. So all right, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.